Hey friends, I had a really fun start to my day today, and I do mean start. I had a meeting this morning at 6 a.m. with a guy in Europe because that's when you can meet with people in Europe. And he had asked me to consult on an app he's developing. He's developing a music and mindfulness app. And I was excited to be asked. Played around with the app, found it interesting. Uh, some really great conceptual um, kind of gestures in it. Some of them not yet, in my opinion, fully completed or fully delivering, but a great idea. But we got to talking, and it was like, I mean, we could have gone for another hour after our 100+ minute meeting ended. We ran over a 90-minute meeting by a good 15 minutes, and then could have easily kept going. We had a really great time, and it was one of these moments where I just felt like the connections are being made. I had this experience of a month and a half ago. Yeah, a month and a half ago when when I had surgery and I went to Canada and happened to meet a guy who was an animator. And this dude, he's become somebody that I have regularly talked to. We sort of are collaborating in a sense on a project. And this connection this morning felt kind of similar. It was like, and funny enough, the other guy, I think Scott, the guy that I met in Canada, had told me that he had this idea about a music app, a music like pedagogy app, like a music teaching app. And when I mentioned that to the guy today, we started to be able to go back and forth and really kind of give each other a really fun reflection on what our sort of like compatible but not quite the same ideas were sparking in each other. It was just super fun, and it was one of these moments where I don't always recall or maintain an awareness of the fact that these connections are always happening, but they are. And when that's confirmed, when that kind of shows up as an experience, it always delivers something beyond the interaction itself. It always delivers a sense within me that even though I might not know where something is going, even though I've got these kind of irons in the fire and they all look a little bit random, there's a higher logic to it. There's a deeper logic at play. And it's the kind of thing that truly I just need to be reminded of periodically. And then I can go another spell. Then I can kind of like go in again and maybe go a while without understanding it. I was talking to my wife last night, and we were talking about how the world is at an intense inflection point. Oh my God, if you read world news, it's just, there's a lot happening. And I think, and it's interesting because I heard Sadhguru talking about, the solar flares that were happening a couple weeks ago, I'm creating these beautiful night sky auroras and charging the earth with energy and all this stuff. And and Sadhguru was talking about how that's creating a certain energetic charge in the planet, in people and in the planet. And man, if I don't feel that, and if I don't see that reflected in global events. And so it's nice to be reminded that a higher logic is at play. A higher logic is constantly operative. And I don't believe that that's just a kind of a palliative or like a sort of way to make ourselves feel better. It is my experience that is true. And it's, like today's experience is a little microcosm of that. It's a little microcosm of the principle of the reality of the universe, that we are always being given what we need. That goes for the individual and it goes for the entire planet. So all this craziness, all this upheaval, this turmoil within countries, this turmoil among countries, between continents, between what appear to be forces in the world, all of it is serving us. It's an awfully beneficial time to be alive if what we're here for is spiritual evolution. If what we're here for is a cushy ride where we can chill, it's going to be a tough time to be here. It's a hot planet right now. If your desire is to chill out. But if you want to be formed by intense energy, and I feel it in myself, I know the way that manifests in me personally is I have to keep in check my own. It's a variety of emotions, but it's like my own sureness that I'm right. That's my personal challenge. I have to keep in check the notion or the assumption that I understand things and that I know better and that what I think should be the way it is. I have a kind of a bias of righteousness. I was talking about this with my wife yesterday too. And I need to pay attention to that, because it's the thing that it's one of the things that most quickly can pull me into either a kind of despair or fatalism about where the planet is, because it seems so off course, or just on the personal level, it can pull me into a place of looking for conflict and engaging in conflict when that may not be necessary. Conflict may not be necessary. It's not that conflict is never necessary. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the highest spiritual job, is to fight the battle and try our best to win. Life has taught me that we can't always bow out of battles. That doesn't seem like that's how it works. But battles are a last resort. And there's a lot that should happen before we're in a battle. And my own sort of like heat and my own discipline, the discipline that I have to practice is not assuming that it's a battle too soon. You know, when it actually is a battle, I usually can engage effectively. But there's no reason to make things a battle when there's no reason to make them a battle. That's not helpful. And so that's my takeaway. And the gratitude that I feel for an event like a conversation like this morning and just a general gentle message of there's a higher logic at play, feeling that, witnessing that. That's really important, and I am deeply grateful for it. It's the kind of thing that grounds me again and gives me another foothold from which to keep digging in, to keep staying in this game, and to hang on for dear life, you know, see where this is all headed on a personal level and on a more global level, on a larger level as well. So what's coming through today, folks? I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.